The first in design is the product spec. So that's why if you are familiar with automotive or shipbuilding, the first thing that we did in design is just a sketch, a concept. We see, for example, in automotive design, you can see the sketch or concept car. So those are the product spec. Those design will show you how the product will look like and the parameters for the product. So that is the basis in design. Similarly with aircraft, when you apply for the type certificate of an aircraft, when you type certificate is the certification approval of the products. The most basic thing that you need to submit is the 3D three is a drawing, 3-dimensional drawing. So you have plan view, top view, side view. So those are the basic submission that you need to submit to authority for you to apply for the approval or for the certification. So you can see if you as we think of that, that's why you can see the more in the chart, the top most right box, product spec. So those are the basics. So you have to determine the product. For example, when I was doing the Eagle, what we set first is we say okay, the aircraft weight is not more than 750 kilo. So we kept that as aircraft maximum takeoff weight at 750 kilo. We don't have the aircraft proper design yet, but we have set that. And we have said that Eagle should have canard. Why we need canard? Because we want to have a compact size. So if we have canard or extra wing in the front, so we will get extra lift, so we can shorten the wingspan. So those are the concept of your design. Then another thing that we say, okay, the aircraft shall be fully composite. We want to have a composite aircraft. Why? Because we want to minimize the production process, because we can mold them together. We want to reduce the manufacturing cost. However, the material cost may be a bit higher. So we have to also weigh the pro and cons of having those material. So those are the things that we have in the product spec. We don't have detailed design yet. We just have information. We just have some values that we set for the product. So as we go along, we whether we like it or not, the product need to be certified by the authority. So certification is a process where you're complying to the requirements. For example, you are looking for the certification of your electronic goods. So you go to the CIRIM, CIRIM will do the certification for you. So what they do at CIRIM is to comply to the requirements of the electronics products. So similarly, we have to determine what would be the design requirement. So you can see the top left column is a certification spec and environmental protection requirement. So you have to discuss with the authority on what will be the suitable, appropriate design requirement for the products. If we take example for the Eagle, we choose to certify with the, at the time was no EASA, we have JAA, so we use JAR VLA, very light aircraft. So there's also part of the strategy and the product spec. The product spec itself, we already said it. This product will be in the category of very light aircraft. This is new category which is less stringent than FAR Part 23, which is normal utility aerobatic type aircraft. That was the standard available at that time, which is JAR 23. So we want to have something a bit less stringent, smaller in sizes, and easier to certify. So we chose to certify under JAR VLA, and also JAR VLA at the time just recently issued, and we will take the advantage. We are the pioneer, and also we take the advantage of the possible aircraft will be cheaper, and also the operation will be cheaper because the aircraft will be less complex than the conventional JAR-23, which is normal light utility aerobatic type of aeroplane. So we have decided that, and then we discuss in this situation for Eagle aircraft. I will use this Eagle aircraft as an example. I was working on that. I also can use example of our own MD3 160. We also do have Aero Nimbus, which is not many people know about the project. And also there is a Jetport. Jetport is the one that the first prototype crashed in Taiping, and not many people know about it as well, because this Jetport does not go to CA for the certification, and they doing themselves as developmental aircraft. However, they have informed CA at the time. I was with the CA about the project on the Jetport, which is a short takeoff and landing aeroplane. Okay, for the Eagle, we have a series of meeting with the CASA Australia, because I was working for Australia. The certification is going through the Civil Aviation Safety Authority of Australia, CASA. And we have discussed, and our discussion, which we are applying for the approval under JAR-VLA, very light aircraft. So that is the certification spec. Those are the certification standard, or some people call it airworthiness requirement, airworthiness standard. So that's the basis of what the aircraft to be certified to. On top of that, there is a requirement for the environmental protection. You have also to certify the aircraft for noise, emission, anything related to the environment. Why we need to do that? It's not about the safety of the aircraft, but also as far as ICAO is concerned, we're not just looking at the safety of passengers, safety of people on the ground. We also have to make the environment safe. So in order to make the environment safe, there are ICAO standard and recommended practices, which are requiring the certification of aircraft to be compliant to the environmental requirement. As we decided on the set basis on what is to be used for the certification, we come back and we do the detailed design. Then we do the detailed design, we do the sizing, we choose the engine to be installed, we do all the details such as design, what are the material, what are the laminate, how many plies, layers, what kind of core that we have, do we need to have foam core, or do we use honeycomb core, all the details. Plus the avionics, whether you're going to do glass cockpit or just conventional analog. For Eagle, it's just conventional analog cockpit, and we also want to go for IFR, just VFR. Eagle is not IFR, but able to night VFR. Those are the one of the aircraft design criteria, parameters. Okay, then after we do the design detail, and we have to do the analysis. The analysis to show compliant to the requirement that we have set earlier on the set basis. And the analysis could be also have to be supported by tests. For example, the aircraft structure should have fatal safety 1.5. However, after we have discussion with the CASA Australia, the CASA Australia said fatal safety 1.5 is not sufficient, because we are composite aircraft. There are so many variables. There are variables on the environment, the variable on the scale of people doing it, there are variable on the resin you mix, because you are doing wet layup, not the pre-pack. So because so many variables, there are possibly so many errors, then the CASA Australia said they can only accept fatal safety 2.25. So that is fatal safety that we set. So that's again in the design requirement is 1.5. However, the authority imposed special requirement which you have to comply to. 2.25, those special requirement is placed under the category of special condition. Anything over and above the existing design requirement, if imposed by the authority, it will be a special condition. So we do the test. We do the analysis. Not many thing you can do during analysis because this is a composite. So what we did, we just make parts and component and we do the test. So we test almost everything. The only detailed analysis that we did on this eagle is the CFD. So the eagle airfoil, the eagle airfoil, or the airfoil for the control surfaces, airfoil for the wing, for the canard. There's not standard NACA airfoil. Those airfoil is from our optimization of our CFD on the aircraft. So we have a problem on that as well at the end because we have to be optimized and we cannot simply use any NACA. So for the design development, future development, we got a problem. I got a problem because I cannot get the standard NACA data because it's not NACA airfoil. So for the later development, which we have to redesign the wing, we have to go back and do the complete CFD. So that is a challenge if you have optimized the aircraft using the CFD. Then after you have analysis, you analysis on the structure. I just talk to just use the example of structure. Then after we had the structure analysis and we make the part and component as per the supposed to be the production part, then we do the test. So that is the detailed design now has been confirmed or has been verified by test and analysis. So that is after we do the detailed design, we do analysis and test. Now we are sure this aircraft will comply to the certification basis or the airworthiness requirement. Then we develop the documentation for showing compliance to every paragraph of the requirements of the airworthiness requirement. As we do the showing compliance, there also another set of engineer will verify the compliance. So the verification of compliance on the design towards the airworthiness requirement. So after everything is completed, the head of design will will sign off the document stating the analysis, the test, all the analysis, test, and drawing that we had comply to the requirements and has been verified to the requirement and also has complied to the process and standard practice of the design organization who doing the design. So the drawing standard, the report standard follow the policy of the engineering policy or practices of the organization. However, along the process, the FAA is involved. Authority is involved. In our case, is CASA Australia. In Malaysia, is DC Malaysia at the time. Now CA. They're involved. So they involved in the process of analysis and test. For testing, they will have to approve the test plan, and then they will inspect the test article, approve the test article. They need to witness the test, and then they approve the test report. So they are directly involved in the process. So that's why we call it certification program. The blue box there, that's how authority is involved. And they also involved in verification and compliance. They also involved in declaration and compliance. So those activity, those authority activity in the process, we call it type investigation. So there's a difference between approval of the design organization, production organization, and other organization approval. The design organization approval require involvement of authority.